When you wake up in the morning, you have two choices. You can let the weight of your doubts hold you back, or you can step into your greatness with unwavering commitment. Every successful person has faced the crossroads of I can't and I will. Today, I'm here to tell you that commitment is the fuel that transforms ordinary dreams into extraordinary realities. Commitment isn't just about promising to do something. It's about dedicating your soul, every fiber of your being, to a cause or goal. It's about getting up when the world tells you to sit down, and about digging deep when the easy path calls your name, and about fighting through the obstacles that say you're not enough. I want you to remember, when you commit, you create a bond with yourself. This bond is unbreakable. It pushes you forward even when you're tired, even when you're afraid, and even when the path is steep. Every setback, every moment of doubt is a chance to test your commitment. The journey isn't measured by how many times you fall. It's measured by how many times you stand back up. Today, decide that you will not let the noise of failure drown out the whisper of your true potential. Stay dedicated to your dreams, relentlessly pursue your goals, and let the fire of commitment burn away all excuses. Your commitment today shapes the future you'll live tomorrow. Stand up, push forward, and let your commitment be the spark that ignites your life. Remember, commitment is a promise you make to yourself, and it is the foundation upon which all success is built. Let this be your wake-up call. Commit to your vision, commit to your future, and commit to becoming the best version of yourself. Commitment demands that you focus your energy on your goals, blocking out distractions and staying true to your purpose. In a world filled with endless choices, opportunities, and distractions, staying committed to a single goal requires an extraordinary level of discipline and determination. It is not enough to simply set a goal. You must channel all your energy, time, and resources toward it. Without unwavering focus, commitment weakens, and the journey toward success becomes uncertain. Imagine an archer aiming at a target. If their eyes wander even for a moment, the arrow will miss its mark. The same principle applies to life. If you allow distractions to take your attention away from your goals, you will lose sight of the bigger picture. Commitment requires a laser-sharp focus that refuses to waver in the face of obstacles. It demands that you cut out everything that does not align with your purpose. This does not mean ignoring responsibilities or relationships, but rather ensuring that everything you do moves you closer to your goal rather than pulling you away from it. The power of focus and commitment starts with clarity. You must have a clear vision of what you want to achieve. Without a definite goal, your energy will be scattered and progress will be slow or non-existent. Take time to define what success looks like for you. Be specific. A vague goal like I want to be successful is not enough. What does success mean to you? Is it financial freedom? Is it becoming the best in your field? Is it making an impact on people's lives? The clearer your goal, the stronger your commitment will be. Once you have a clear vision, the next step is eliminating distractions. The world is filled with noise, social media, entertainment, negative influences, and even our own doubt. Every time you allow these distractions to consume your time, you are delaying your progress. Highly committed individuals set boundaries and create environments that support their goals. This may mean waking up earlier, limiting screen time, or distancing yourself from people who do not support your vision. Your environment plays a crucial role in your ability to focus, and when you take control of it, you take control of your commitment. Another critical aspect of focus and commitment is the ability to say no. Many people struggle with saying no because they fear disappointing others. However, every time you say yes to something that does not align with your goal, you are saying no to your dreams. Successful people understand that their time and energy are limited, and they guard them fiercely. They do not allow obligations, distractions, or even their own comfort to take them away from their commitment. If something does not contribute to your purpose, it is a distraction. Learning to say no is one of the most powerful skills you can develop in your journey towards success. The road to achieving any meaningful goal is not smooth. There will be challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. This is where focus truly tests commitment. It is easy to stay committed when things are going well, but real commitment is measured in moments of adversity. When faced with difficulties, many people get distracted by fear, self-doubt, and negativity. They start looking for easier paths or convincing themselves that their goal is impossible. But those who remain focused push through the storm, knowing that every challenge is just another step closer to their goal. Focus also requires a shift in mindset. Many people live in a reactive state, responding to whatever life throws at them. However, committed individuals live proactively. designing their day, structuring their time, and prioritizing what matters most. They are intentional about their actions and decisions. Every morning they wake up with a plan and execute it with discipline. They do not let life dictate their direction. They take control and move with purpose. One of the most powerful tools for maintaining focus and commitment is visualization. Many of the world's greatest achievers, from athletes to entrepreneurs, use visualization to keep their goals at the forefront of their minds. When you consistently visualize yourself achieving your goal, it strengthens your focus and solidifies your commitment. It keeps you motivated, reminding you why you started in the first place. Your mind is powerful, and the more you see yourself succeeding, the more determined you will be to make it a reality. Another essential practice for maintaining focus and commitment is developing routines. Routines create structure, and structure creates discipline. When you have a set routine that supports your goals, you minimize the chances of distractions creeping in. This could be a morning routine that starts with goal setting, exercise, and self-improvement, or an evening routine that includes reviewing progress and planning the next steps. Successful individuals do not leave their commitment to chance. They design their lives in a way that supports their ambitions. Commitment and focus are inseparable. Without focus, commitment wavers. Without commitment, focus is meaningless. When you bring these two forces together, you create unstoppable momentum. You move with precision, knowing exactly where you are going and what it takes to get there. You stop wasting time on things that do not serve your purpose and start making intentional choices that drive you forward. The power of focus and commitment is the difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who only talk about them. If you truly want something, you must dedicate yourself fully to it. Do not allow distractions, excuses, or temporary difficulties to shake your commitment. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and remember, what you commit to today will determine who you become tomorrow. Resilience in adversity is the defining characteristic of those who achieve greatness. It is the ability to stay committed to your goals despite obstacles, setbacks, and failures. Many people dream of success, but few are willing to endure the hardships required to attain it. Adversity is inevitable, but the way you respond to it determines whether you rise or fall. Resilience is not about avoiding challenges. It is about facing them head on, refusing to give up, and continuing to push forward no matter how difficult the road becomes. Commitment is tested the most when things go wrong. When everything is going smoothly, staying committed is easy. However, when failures occur, plans fall apart, and progress stalls, many people start to doubt themselves. They question whether their goal is achievable, whether they are good enough, or whether they should even continue. This is where resilience becomes the key. True commitment means that even in the face of rejection, disappointment, or frustration, you do not waver. You do not let temporary hardships dictate your long-term success. One of the greatest challenges in life is learning how to deal with failure. Society often portrays failure as something negative, something to be ashamed of. However, every great success story is built on a foundation of failures. The most successful individuals in history, athletes, entrepreneurs, inventors, and artists have all faced repeated failures before achieving their breakthroughs. Thomas Edison, who invented the light bulb, failed thousands of times before he finally succeeded. Each failure was not a reason to quit, but a lesson that brought him closer to his goal. That is what resilience is about, seeing failure as feedback, not as an end. Adversity also comes in the form of criticism. When you commit to something, not everyone will support you. There will be people who doubt you, discourage you, and even try to stop you. This is another test of resilience. Many people allow the opinions of others to shake their confidence and weaken their commitment. They start to believe the negative voices and give up on their dreams. But those who are truly committed learn to block out the noise. They understand that their journey is their own and they do not need validation from anyone else to keep moving forward. One of the biggest mistakes people make when facing adversity is allowing emotions to take control. When things go wrong, it is natural to feel frustrated, disappointed, or even hopeless. However, resilience requires emotional discipline. It means not letting momentary feelings dictate long-term decisions. Many people give up because they let temporary emotions convince them that their goals are impossible. But those who are resilient understand that emotions pass, but commitment must remain steady. Instead of reacting impulsively to setbacks, they step back, analyze the situation, and find a way to keep moving forward. Another aspect of resilience is adaptability. Adversity often forces you to change your plans, to find new ways of achieving your goals. Many people resist change, believing that their original path is the only way. However, true commitment means being flexible, adjusting when necessary, and finding alternative routes to success. Life is unpredictable, and obstacles will arise that you never anticipated. Those who lack resilience see these obstacles as reasons to quit, but those who are truly committed see them as challenges to overcome. Building resilience in adversity requires a strong mindset. It starts with believing in yourself and your purpose, even when the odds are against you. You must remind yourself why you started in the first place. What is driving you? What is your ultimate vision? When you have a strong enough reason, no setback can make you quit. Your purpose becomes your anchor, keeping you steady even in the roughest storms. Resilience also requires endurance. Commitment is not a sprint, it is a marathon. Many people start with excitement and enthusiasm, but when progress is slow, they lose motivation. They expect quick results, and when they do not see immediate success, they give up. However, real achievement takes time. It takes patience, persistence, and a willingness to keep going, even when results are not visible yet. The most successful people are those who understand that success is not an overnight event, but the result of years of consistent effort. Another powerful tool for resilience is self-reflection. When faced with adversity, take time to reflect on what went wrong and what can be improved. Do not see setbacks as failures, but as learning experiences. Every challenge holds a lesson, and those who are committed use each setback as an opportunity to grow. They ask themselves, what did I learn? How can I improve? What can I do differently next time? Instead of being discouraged, they use adversity to become stronger and better prepared for future challenges. Surrounding yourself with the right people is also essential for resilience. When you face difficulties, it helps to have a support system that encourages you to keep going. Too often, people are surrounded by negativity. Friends, family, or colleagues who doubt them, criticize them, or bring them down. This makes commitment even harder. But those who succeed make sure to surround themselves with individuals who uplift them, who remind them of their potential, and who push them to keep striving even in tough times. Ultimately, resilience in adversity is about refusing to quit, no matter how many obstacles stand in your way, no matter how many times you fall. True commitment means always getting back up. It means having the inner strength to say, I will not give up. I will not be defeated. I will keep going until I reach my goal. This mindset separates those who achieve their dreams from those who only talk about them. Adversity will always be a part of life, but if you develop resilience, you will not only overcome it, you will use it as fuel to push yourself further. Stay committed, stay strong, and remember, the toughest challenges often come right before the greatest victories. Discipline is the backbone of commitment. Without discipline, even the strongest desires and intentions fade away. Many people set goals, make promises to themselves, and feel inspired for a moment, but they struggle to stay consistent. They may start strong, but when motivation fades, so does their effort. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward even when you do not feel like it. It is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who merely wish for it. True commitment requires discipline, the ability to take consistent action regardless of external circumstances or internal feelings. One of the biggest misconceptions people have about success is that it is driven by motivation. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. You might feel highly motivated one day and completely unmotivated the next. If you rely on motivation alone, your progress will be inconsistent and your commitment will weaken. Discipline, on the other hand, is unwavering. It does not depend on how you feel. It is the ability to do what needs to be done, whether you are in the mood for it or not. Discipline is built through habits. Every action you take repeatedly becomes a part of who you are. If you consistently wake up early, exercise, and work toward your goals, those actions become automatic. However, if you frequently procrastinate, make excuses, or avoid challenges, those behaviors become habits as well. The key to discipline is developing habits that support your commitments. This means setting routines, eliminating distractions, and training your mind to stay focused. Small daily actions repeated consistently lead to massive results over time. One of the greatest challenges to discipline is the temptation of comfort. Human nature seeks the path of least resistance. It is easier to sleep in than to wake up early. It is easier to watch TV than to work on your goals. It is easier to give into distractions than to stay focused. However, those who are truly committed understand that comfort is the enemy of progress. They do not allow momentary pleasures to distract them from their long-term vision. They sacrifice short-term ease for long-term success. Discipline also requires self-control. Many people struggle with impulses and distractions that take them away from their commitments. Whether it is social media, unhealthy habits, or negative influences, a lack of self-control weakens commitment. Highly disciplined individuals learn to say no to things that do not serve their goals. They control their environment, minimize temptations, and create systems that keep them accountable. Self-control is not about deprivation. It is about prioritization. It is about choosing what matters most over what feels good in the moment. One of the most effective ways to strengthen discipline is through consistency. Many people start with high energy but lose momentum when they do not see immediate results. They expect quick success, and when progress is slow, they get discouraged. However, true commitment means showing up every day regardless of visible progress. Discipline means trusting the process, knowing that every small effort adds up over time. The most successful individuals are those who remain consistent even when results are not immediate. Accountability plays a crucial role in maintaining discipline. When you hold yourself accountable, you take responsibility for your actions. Many people make excuses for why they do not follow through, blaming circumstances, time, or other people. However, those who are truly committed take full ownership of their discipline. They do not make excuses, they make adjustments. They find ways to stay on track even when obstacles arise. One of the most powerful ways to stay accountable is by tracking progress. When you measure your actions, you become more aware of your habits and areas for improvement. Discipline also requires mental toughness. Challenges, failures, and setbacks are inevitable, but a disciplined mind does not allow these obstacles to break commitment. Many people give up the moment they encounter difficulty. They see challenges as roadblocks rather than stepping stones. However, those who have mastered discipline view setbacks as part of the journey. They push through discomfort, embrace struggle, and use challenges as opportunities to grow stronger. Mental toughness is the ability to keep going even when everything around you tells you to stop. Another critical aspect of discipline is time management. Many people struggle with commitment because they do not manage their time effectively. They waste hours on unimportant tasks, leaving little time for what truly matters. Highly disciplined individuals structure their days intentionally. They set priorities, eliminate distractions, and dedicate focused time to their goals. They do not allow busyness to replace productivity. Every minute is used purposefully, ensuring that they stay on track with their commitments. Resilience and discipline go hand in hand. There will be days when things do not go as planned, when failures occur, or when motivation is non-existent. In those moments, discipline is what keeps commitment alive. It is the ability to get back on track after setbacks, to keep pushing forward even when progress is slow. Many people allow one bad day to turn into a bad week, a bad month, or a complete abandonment of their goal. However, disciplined individuals do not let temporary failures define them. They learn from setbacks, adjust their approach, and continue moving forward. One of the biggest rewards of discipline is self-respect. When you follow through on your commitments, you build confidence and trust in yourself. Many people struggle with self-doubt because they have a history of breaking their own promises. They set goals but do not follow through, creating a cycle of disappointment. However, when you develop discipline, you prove to yourself that you are capable. You build momentum, and every small victory strengthens your belief in your ability to succeed. At its core, discipline is about making a decision and sticking to it. It is about refusing to let excuses, distractions, or temporary emotions dictate your actions. It is the foundation of true commitment, the force that turns dreams into reality. Those who master discipline achieve their goals, not because they are always motivated, but because they refuse to quit. When you commit to discipline, you commit to success. Taking responsibility for your actions is a fundamental principle of success and commitment. Many people struggle to achieve their goals because they blame external factors for their failures. They blame their circumstances, other people, or bad luck instead of looking inward and taking ownership of their choices. True commitment requires full accountability. It means recognizing that your success or failure is entirely in your hands. No matter what obstacles arise, no matter how difficult the journey gets, you must accept responsibility for your actions, decisions, and outcomes. One of the biggest reasons people fail to reach their potential is that they avoid responsibility. It is easy to make excuses when things do not go as planned. You might tell yourself that you do not have enough time, that you were not given the right opportunities, or that life is unfair. However, every successful person understands that excuses do not change outcomes. Taking responsibility means acknowledging that no one else is responsible for your progress except you. When you accept this truth, you stop wasting energy on blaming and start focusing on solutions. A key aspect of responsibility is self-awareness. Many people go through life reacting to circumstances without truly understanding their own role in creating those. If you are not where you want to be, the first step to change is analyzing your own behaviors, habits, and decisions. Ask yourself, what am I doing that is holding me back? What can I change to improve my situation? Instead of looking for external reasons why something is not working, look inward and identify what you can do better. Responsibility also means taking ownership of your mistakes. No one is perfect, and failure is an inevitable part of any journey. However, many people refuse to admit when they are wrong. They make excuses, shift blame, or avoid facing their shortcomings. This mindset prevents growth. The most successful individuals understand that mistakes are learning opportunities. When they fail, they do not see themselves as victims. They see themselves as students. They analyze what went wrong, make adjustments, and move forward with greater knowledge and experience. One of the most powerful benefits of taking responsibility is the sense of control it gives you over your life. When you blame others for your problems, you give away your power. You convince yourself that you are helpless, that your fate is determined by forces outside your control. But when you take full responsibility, you reclaim that power. You realize that you have the ability to change your circumstances, to improve, to grow, and to achieve your goals. This shift in mindset is life-changing. Taking responsibility also means refusing to let circumstances define you. Life is unpredictable and challenges will always arise. You may experience setbacks, disappointments, or unfair treatment. However, your response to these challenges determines your success. Some people allow adversity to break them, using difficulties as an excuse to give up. Others take ownership of their response and refuse to be defeated. They ask themselves, how can I overcome this? What can I do to turn this situation around? This is the mindset of commitment. Personal responsibility extends to every area of life, including your habits, choices, and mindset. If you want to be physically healthy, you must take responsibility for your diet and exercise habits. If you want to be financially successful, you must take ownership of your spending, saving, and investing decision. If you want to be a leader, you must take responsibility for your words, actions, and impact on others. There is no shortcut. Success in any area requires accountability. Many people seek external validation or approval to justify their actions. They wait for someone else to tell them what to do or to confirm that they are making the right choices. However, true responsibility means trusting yourself and making decisions based on your own values and goals. It means holding yourself to high standards even when no one is watching. The most committed individuals do not need someone else to push them. They push themselves. They take pride in their work, their progress, and their discipline, knowing that their actions shape their future. One of the most challenging aspects of taking responsibility is dealing with criticism. When you take ownership of your life, not everyone will support you. Some people may judge you, doubt you, or try to bring you down. However, when you truly take responsibility, you do not let outside opinions dictate your path. You understand that your journey is yours alone, and you do not need approval from others to stay committed to your goals. Responsibility also requires emotional discipline. Many people allow their emotions to control their decisions. When they feel discouraged, they give up. When they face criticism, they take it personally. When they experience failure, they let it define them, but those who take responsibility for their emotions do not allow feelings to dictate their actions. They acknowledge their emotions but remain committed, regardless of how they feel. They develop the mental strength to push forward even on the toughest days. Another key aspect of responsibility is surrounding yourself with the right influences. Many people blame their environment or the people around them for their lack of progress. They claim that they are being held back by negative relationships or toxic surroundings. However, taking responsibility means recognizing that you have the power to change your environment. You choose who you associate with, what information you consume, and how you spend your time. If your environment is not supporting your goals, it is your responsibility to change it. Ultimately, taking responsibility is about being proactive instead of reactive. Reactive people wait for circumstances to change before taking action. They let life happen to them. Proactive people take charge of their lives, making things happen instead of waiting for opportunities to appear. They set goals, create plans, and take action every day. They do not wait for the perfect moment or ideal conditions. They make progress no matter what. The greatest freedom in life comes from taking full responsibility for yourself. When you stop blaming, stop making excuses, and stop waiting for someone else to fix things, you unlock your full potential. You become unstoppable because nothing can hold you back except your own choices. Commitment is not just about wanting something. It is about taking full responsibility for making it happen.